All right, you're just joining us. I don't know what Static's doing with his face, but if you're just joining us, we were just talking about.
Dude.
We were just talking about a whole bunch of Project L trailers, mechanics early on that we got shown off. The mechanics are looking strong. The characters are looking better. The presentation of the game is looking better too. I don't know if you caught wind of the just the looks. Did you notice how the render is
the
right
UI.
now? The UI. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The UI, I'm like 50-50 on right now, but it's because it's starting though. Like it's not final.
You said the same thing about Guilty Gear. Stop it.
Yes, I did say the same. And guess what? They did change. They did change a couple small things there, but I since then gave up. It's never going to look as rock as it ever did before. But it's League of Legends and it's Riot. They always want to make it as clean as possible. I mean, look at your Valorant and such. Like it's a very clean UI. So I know they can definitely do some great stuff, and they can improve on it. But regardless, the next thing I wanted to talk about actually before we wrap up on game mechanics and all is like what'd you think of the meter? The kind of the meter design they're going for, where each character has their own meter, and it isn't like a single pool like it's always been traditionally in fighting games.
That sort of reminds me of this game, Street Fighter EX3. So Street Fighter EX3 has the meter, and then when one character dies, your other character gets it. So, was that in here?
Was that in?
If you saw, did they get the whole 6?
We'd have to look in some of the other gameplay. I know they did include an entire developer's gameplay, which actually, we will check out right now. They did post it up underneath, and we'll see.
Because again, other games, I don't play BB Tag. My apologies. I should have. That would have definitely given me a good upper hand on what I'm talking about here. But there was a little bit of a buff when your character dies. Dragon Ball Fighters, you get a buff when you're on your last character, and what's another one? I don't know, but many of them you get something when your character dies. You get better X Factor in Marvel.
Yeah, you get better X Factor and such, right? Comeback mechanic, and there is a kind of a certain level of that here. I'm trying to remember what that mechanic's called. It's not all in or something. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the terminology escapes me right now. But there is like a slight mechanic for that too in this game at the moment. And everything we're covering, kind of just a big PSA there is subject to change, right? It's probably a great base, but things could always change. By the time we get to retail release. We say this with every beta, every version of a game we play, because there will be tweaks, especially something this massive. It's bound to get refined or tweaked up a little bit because, as more people play or, more of the testers and things are found, the gameplay will then alter for it. But at the current state, like I said, things like the meter mechanic, I like it because it kind of emphasizes a bit more of that league play where the characters, right? In traditional league, you have 5 positions, and each character has their own pool of resources. And when you do a team fight, you're working off assuming your teammates' resources and what's available, their cooldowns, their ults, XYZ, XYZ. They're kind of bringing that to the fighting game, to their fighting game version of it. And it's natural because, in the sense of League of Legends, it makes sense because that's how it goes. You share resources. And in here, you're doing the same. It's not like, we both have one resource we go off of. And it's like, no, like maybe, we'll still emphasize a little bit more on that whole idea of a point character to anchor, right? Where maybe one is more meter heavy than the other. So you kind of try to, use your meter only in specific situations when using this character versus trying to never touching it if it was just one pool only, right? So maybe one character super while the other one is kind of a little lax, i.e. kind of like your phoenixes and shit, right? Where they dictate the entire premise of the team. So I like that it's individual because, like I said, it emphasizes that league play a little bit more. And that's right. The mechanic for that comeback mechanic, I said, it bolsters like their assists or it's like their specials. I think it's assists specifically. I have to once again double check my math on that one. But we see an example of it where like Echo's assists, like his projectile is small and normal, but when in that mode, it actually is much larger. I think it has a couple more hits and Yeah, it goes further. So, there's it's not overpowering, but it's enough that it could give you at least a benefit or some sort of advantage when you're at a disadvantage in terms of health or just overall, characters that you can play. And another thing that a lot of people, I don't feel like enough people talked about, it returns to neutral. Like,
yeah.
It's a return to neutral game. This isn't a setup, like true Marvel style where you'll have incoming, or even with BB tag, right? Cross tag, BB cross tag battle. Where you kind of do have to worry about the direction they're going to come in at, right? You can dictate that. This game is not that. Is you knock out a character, you get a quick kind of reset into neutral, just from like a camera pan. At this moment, it could change, but I doubt if they're going to kind of state that it's like a neutral return. So it's more like Dragon Ball and such, to what we know in this footage. It could change. Maybe if Ari throws something that stays in that area of the screen before the knockout. Maybe there's a setup for that where you make a meaty projectile hit. Who knows? Like it could go that way. But from what we're seeing right now, it's just a straight, come back to neutral, equal ground, and then we start our next round, right? How do you feel about that? Do you think you want incoming, the tried and true Marvel player here? Do you want incoming, or do you like the idea of going back to neutral, like, your Dragon Ball Fighters or your KOFs?
I like to go back to neutral. Yes, it's because not everybody is going to, how do I say? Not everyone is.
Some people are, as Jeff says, are Pringles. They're Pringles.
Yeah, but sometimes people don't know that that's something that they might have to learn. Like, oh, I have to learn how to block or certain setups, and I don't know how to do that setup. How does that work? And maybe people don't have the resource to find those ways to set up. Now, granted, hold that. But that's true, man. I think something else that Diaphone said in his own video is like, I hope that there's a groove system that'll be for simple mode, because right now they don't have some sort of like simple auto combo mode where people can just do their combo. It can be a groove. He's saying maybe it can be a groove that you can get an auto combo or some sort of thing for beginner players to start. And I'm sure they may implement something like that, of course, with the way new games are going.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do agree. Like maybe like in games like these, I think a good neutral like that would be fine. It might cause a lot less scrub quotes.
Oh no, the scrub quotes, bro! If you haven't already, please go follow scrub quotes X on X. I can't say Twitter. It's on X or X scrub quotes X, because they're gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a freaking just a vault of awesome situations when it comes to playing this game, because everyone's jumping on it, right? You got the entirety of League of Legends franchise and their player base going to be coming through, and then fighting game players. We're always trying to get more games to expose ourselves to. So this ain't a bad one to do it on.
Nope, exactly. That's all I've got. So that's what happened.
Yeah, so the game looks good. It's a great work in progress. They're going to continue to refine it. I think it's in a great spot. I like the speed right now. The speed is solid.
Right.
I think it's going to be fast enough. But I think the character kits are what's going to be the make or break. I know that's pretty. It's pretty vague, because it's like, well, no shit, Crash. Like the character kits are always different with different characters. I'm like, yes, but I mean like these are very, very unique characters, and they're already, there's already a lot of different archetypes in fighting games. I'm gonna have a hard time understanding where we're gonna see a lot of the same archetypes. I mean, sure, we'll see bruisers, a lot of brawlers, maybe we'll see more mobility, but like I think it's going to get very unique, and it's going to give us a lot of really awesome unique teams and capabilities. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they pick, which they've stated also, they're going to go for characters that are that are going to be good fighters, right? That are going to make sense. So if you're a league cat and you're really, about a really niche specific character, unless they're really a fighter type, like you're set. Jinx, we already know she's in it. Katarina's in it. We just haven't seen them, or we haven't seen Jinx in this version. Katarina has already been shown off in previous devs. Yasuo's kind of been confirmed. If you relook at their footage, there's actually someone recorded someone playing a game and you can see the ponytail and stuff, and Yasuo is definitely there. He's a samurai. You know, maybe you got your Yones, you've got maybe you'll get a Blitzcrank, right? That's more of a bigger, hefty grappler type of character that they could do, because he kind of has like a Scorpion-esque. Imagine a Scorpion-esque move, spear, but it's also a grapple. Kind of gross. So kind of like JP with a string. But
doesn't he have a big head?
Yeah, he's huge. But you know, I don't know how
my buddy plays it.
I don't know how they're gonna do with like things like, you know, a Nautilus, who's supposed to be huge, but technically he's supposed to be huge in League of Legends too anyway. But you know, Fiddlesticks, who else do we got? Kaisa, you've got Lee Sing, who's that's a given. He's gonna be in the damn game. He's literally a martial artist.
What happened to the character that had like the fist? There was like a tentacle that was coming out of the no.
Are you sure this wasn't a mod that you had somewhere, you weirdo?
No, we already covered that. Oh my gosh, she was huge. She looked like a Samoan.
Oh, Ilawi.
Thank you.
Ilawi is also confirmed. Yeah, so that's like 6 or 7 characters. And if we actually look at what's their tweet? I forgot about Ilawi. Sorry. Yeah, and they're actually, I think they're saying that they're gonna be showing off a character at Evo. Because also, you know, the demo will be at Evo. We'll talk about that. Yeah, new champion reveal. But I mean, like I said, Jinx, Ilawi, Katarina are all basically confirmed, but we haven't seen anything for Katarina. We've seen a little bit for Ilawi, and we've seen some for Jinx, and then there's Yasuo. So I'm assuming probably one of those 2 characters are going to be the ones confirmed. Actually, you know, being revealed.
14.3k tweets. Sorry, another tweet was just trending on Twitter.
Wow, insane. But yeah, so it's Project L surprisingly coming out with all that information. I guess, like I said, maybe they're going to be coming out every Evo with it, or Evo time is going to be their way. But you know, they're looking at if you look at, you know, some of their other tweets and such, what they've stated, it's supposed to be like a 14 character starting roster, which is it's pretty good. If the characters are they going to be as unique as they possibly can be, 14 characters, you know, do the math, 14 characters by a combination of 2. What's the max combination you can get there?
Sure.
Is it? It's not going to be 20.
That's ChatGPT.
It's not 28, right?
No, that'd be just 7. That's no. Well, would it? It's 14 times 2. Math. I stopped math in college. So
all right, yeah. No. You never do math on stream. That's actually something a really good commentator told me a long time ago, and he was absolutely right. But regardless, Project L will be making its way to Evo. It's going to be there as a playable demo. Good luck to everyone that's going to be in that line. It's going to be insane. Please hydrate.
Hi.
You know, all that stuff. Maybe Static G is going to be one of them, especially if you're not doing anything towards Sunday. You can take the rest of your Saturday to do it. I don't know, unless you make it into your really high in there.
Yeah.
And your brackets.
Actually, all my brackets are on Friday. I just looked at that today. So Saturday is going to be all, well, wait, God willing that I make it to Saturday.
Yeah, so, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. But yeah,
as projected details say. Sorry.
Yeah. Projected Start GG says you're going to win. Yeah, but Project L is looking good. I love that they came out with this information. I honestly kind of forgot. I didn't really even anticipate it. I forgot like that this is the perfect time for them to reveal something, and to come out with this also makes us wonder if they're going to come out with a possible beta or a network test, you know, in the future. Well, I mean, I'm sure they will, but I'm wondering how soon it will be.
I'm wondering if we'll actually get a name of the game. You know,
good point.
Name.
Yeah, an official name would be great. I'm trying to remember because Valorant was like Project A for a very long time. I can't remember when they released the name for Valorant, which is their FPS shooter, obviously that Riot does. I can't remember when that got changed, but yeah, Project L has been Project L. Just call it Hold That L at this point, like. And just leave it at that. We're already too used to it. But once again, for those that are going to Evo and are going to be checking out and trying the beta, good luck, Godspeed, and tweet at us any dirt that you find. If you got the overhead, you know, the over-the-shoulder camera, back 2003 style with the homies and such that are going to be recording your gameplay, tag us in it. We want to see it all, of course. All right, stay safe out there, and let me know who's broken. I want to know for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right.